Hi, welcome along to Transfer Daily, the show that takes a look at players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to the Arsenal. And today, all the rumours seem to be around one player. And it went mental last night on Twitter when this rumour came about that Arsenal are looking to or have made an attempt to sign Gonzalo Higuain. It's been all over the media as well today that Arsenal have made a bid for Gonzalo Higuain, which has been rejected by Napoli. We're being told upwards to £40 million that Arsenal bid for Gonzalo Higuain. We don't know whether this is true or not. That is a speculation out there that Arsenal have gone in and made some, let's just call it some sort of bid for Gonzalo Higuain. Now, the funny thing about it is that the bid was rejected. And I sort of put it out there yesterday to Arsenal fans on Twitter. You know, is Gonzalo Higuain what we want, what you want? Do you want us to sign Gonzalo Higuain? And I was absolutely staggered by the result that came back. I mean, as it stood, it was like 1,400 people said no. That was on my Twitter account. 1,400 people said no, we don't want Gonzalo Higuain, and 144 people said yes. And I was really, really staggered by that, because up until before the Copa America, I mean, I would have said that it might have been the other way around. Lots and lots of fans were saying, let's get Higuain. Higuain will do a great job. But all of a sudden, it looks like Arsenal fans have really turned on Higuain. A lot of that, I think, is to do with his performance in the final of the Copa America at the weekend. He missed that sitter near the end of the game, and then he blasted his penalty right over the bar. And you could say that he kind of cost Argentina the result in the end. But it was staggering to me how many fans were like, no, we don't want Gonzalo Higuain. And I want to ask you guys again today, do you want Gonzalo Higuain at Arsenal? It's going to cost a lot of money if we try to get him. There's suggestions anyway that Napoli again are saying, listen, he's not for sale. Arsenal, forget it. Don't matter how much money you offer. He's not for sale. But we know how these things work. Money talks. And Napoli not exactly in a great position right now. They've got no Champions League football. And Gonzalo Higuain wants to play in the Champions League. He's been at Napoli. He was playing in the Europa League last year. And he doesn't fancy having to play in that again. So he may be available at the right price. We know that Napoli have been quoting ridiculous prices, but if it's true, and Arsenal have put in a bid more than £35 million, that means that they are seriously looking at Gonzalo Higuain. And let's look at his goal scoring record for a minute there for all the fans that were hating on him yesterday. I mean, 29 goals in 58 games in the 2014-15 season. I think that's pretty excellent. 18 league goals in 37 games and 7 goals in the Europa League in only 14 games. That is a very, very good goal scoring record last season. But as I said, that final last weekend really looks like it's done it for a lot of Arsenal fans. But if we did get him, would he be a quality signing for Arsenal? That's what I want to know from you guys. Put the final aside for a minute. Put the final last year aside in the World Cup, where again he messed up. Would Gonzalo Higuain improve Arsenal? Let me know in the comments below. Another player that was being linked yesterday, it was a bit of a frenzy yesterday, because we were being told that an agent out there was saying that a deal, Arsenal are speaking to a real big marquee player, and that the deal is going to get, they're working hard on the deal, and this is something that's going to get announced very soon. This was that agent who came out with that. The player that a lot of people were suggesting was that player he's talking about is Mario Götze. Götze, of course, we heard this week, not too happy at the moment at Bayern Munich. He's 23 years of age, remember. He's still very, very young. And he's done so much already. He's scoring that winning goal in the World Cup final. But he's supposed to be, we're hearing he's not happy at all at Bayern Munich. He's not happy to be playing second fiddle where, you know, obviously you scored a goal that wins your country the World Cup. You know, you want to be starting every week. You don't want to be sitting on the bench. And there was some suggestions that this could be the player that Arsenal are talking to, because there are suggestions that it's a German club that Arsenal are talking to about regarding this Marquee player. As I said, it's speculation. Also some speculation that it could be Marco Reus that Arsenal are talking to, and he's the big Marquee signing. I find this one highly unlikely. Reus, 26, of course. We know that he rejected a deal to go to Barcelona because he was, you know, and that seemed like a nailed-on deal, but apparently he rejected it because he didn't want to go there and sort of, again, not be guaranteed to be starting, which he wouldn't have been with the sort of caliber of players that Barcelona have currently got. Could it be Marco Reus? Again, I just feel that's highly unlikely. Recently signed a new contract with Borussia Dortmund that will take him there, keep him there until 2019. However, when you look at his valuation is currently he's valued at about £35 million. Now, if Arsenal have been, you know, going out there and making those sort of bids for a player like Gonzalo Higuain, that means that they would have money. Remember, they haven't really spent much money so far this summer. They've got a lot of wages off of their wage bill with guys like Podolski. So they could go out there and put in a mammoth bid for a player, like I say, a Marco Reus, to try and dislodge and tempt him over to the Arsenal. It's going to be very interesting to see if they do go for a massive Marquee signing this summer. But lots of speculation flying around, a lot of it due to what this agent said yesterday, but we're going to have to wait and see. It's the transfer season, rumours flying all over the place right now. Another interesting rumour yesterday was this one about Kostas Manolas. Manolas is, of course, a Greek player, plays for Roma over there in Italy, defender. Now, we were in for him last year. We were very interested in signing him. He decided that he wanted to go to Roma instead because he thought he'd start every week. And he, to be fair to him, he's got that spot on because he has started nearly every game for Roma since he's joined them. And reports going around yesterday that Arsenal have bid £12 million for him. Again, seems really strange because that's about the same amount of money that Roma paid for him. He's a regular for Roma. He's a very important player for Roma. And plus as well, I just don't think at the moment Arsenal are in a hunt for a central defender. Although Manolas is a very good central defender, he's still young and he's proved himself over there at Roma. But we're hearing that Arsenal, very interested in, they've made inquiries about him and would be interested in bringing him to the Emirates. Again, I see that as another deal that looks unlikely to me because he's not even been there long and he seems fairly settled. Roma have got Champions League football. Roma will be challenging in the Italian league next year. So why would he move? But again, money talks, but I'd very, very much doubt that one. If I do it out of 10, I'd have to give that like a 3 out of 10 with a likelihood of that happening. And finally, a player who's at the moment on trial at Arsenal goes by the name of Armin Harit. He's on trial at Arsenal from Nantes over there in France. We've been told that he's like on a week-long trial. Now, I'm going to give you a guess now. Guess the position that he plays in. What position do you think he plays in? Yeah, you got it right. He's another midfielder. Small player, tricky midfielder. We got so many of them, but he's having a trial at Arsenal at the moment. So let's see how he gets on. Let's get into your guys' comments. Remember what I'm asking you today. Do you want Gonzalo Higuain at Arsenal? I want you to leave that in the comments today. James Morris says, Robbie, a top agent tweeted Arsenal are going to complete the signing of the summer. did you see his tweet yesterday? So that's what we've been sort of speaking about today. Yes, I did see his tweet. And he did say we're going to complete the signing of the summer. And as I said, suggestions, Gonzalo Higuain, Royce, Goetze, nobody knows. He hasn't elaborated on it, but there's speculation flying all over the place due to that tweet. That agent apparently has got quite a few of Arsenal's recent signings right. He apparently got the Mesut Ozil one spot on and came out with that one before it actually, right at the start when it started happening. So you never know. Alsem says, why Di Maria? He didn't have a good season, but Mario would be a world beater. Of course, we were talking yesterday about the Di Maria rumours to Arsenal, which, again, if I'm giving that a rating out of 10, I'd have to rate that like a 1 out of 10. That's how poor that was. But that rumour's still flying around. Even today, you still see that that rumour. Ajdil says, Robbie, the Di Maria rumour is BS. Complete BS, he says. Romario says, Johnny Obi Mikel is nowhere near the level of Matic. Flashback 5 years in the past, and nobody with a brain would have dared to have said that you'd have Obi Mikel in the team. That's what I was talking about yesterday, Obi Mikel being the backup at Chelsea last season. So did we need to go out there and sort of buy another sort of, real top world-class player in that defensive midfielder role? Or is it enough to, is it enough to, like, say, have Arteta there as backup? And M. Barron, finally, he said, nobody wants Higuain. The majority of Arsenal fans worldwide would rather see Benzema or Lacazette coming in to join the club. And listen, whilst, for instance, Lacazette is a top player and has a great season last year, let me remind you again of that goal-scoring record. 29 goals in 58 games. Playing at a higher level than Lacazette last year, playing in Serie A, better league than the French league for sure. Played in Europe last season, which Lacazette didn't do. Playing for his country in the Copa America, all right, he didn't have a great final, but he did score in that tournament. Has played for Real Madrid. This guy has got a lot to him. So why is Lacazette better than Higuain? Is Lacazette better than Higuain based off of one great season? So that's what I want you guys to leave. Leave it in the comments below. Would you like to see Higuain? I'm asking the question again today. Would you like to see Higuain coming in at Arsenal? Would that be a great signing? Would that be the sort of signing that could get Arsenal to move on to try and win the league alongside all of the great players that we've already got? Leave it in the comments below. I'll see you back tomorrow at the normal time for AFTV Transfer Daily.